Hello everybody, I'm DC from Rikai Labs, the chatbot company.
And my name is Edaan, and I'm from Rikai as well, and we are going to talk about how chatbots can really push the boundaries of what WeChat can do. So first of all, I want to talk to you a little bit about why we love WeChat. And it's not just because it allows us to chat with people using emojis. One of these numbers that we really like is there's 700 million monthly active users on WeChat. There's 650 million daily active users on WeChat. There are 300 million other people just like me who spend an hour every day using WeChat, and perhaps the number we like most is that they spend on average $15 per month using WeChat. Why do they do all of this? Why do they love WeChat? Well, in the West, in the US where I'm from, we have all of these little apps to fill all of our daily needs. In China, they use WeChat. If you want to pay your friends, you use WeChat. If you want to get a cab, you use WeChat. If you want to call your mom, you use WeChat. So let's talk a little bit about what we're doing here at Rikai Labs. We aim to mass personalize communication through fun and engaging content. We're doing this by blending people with chatbots that are powered by artificial intelligence, natural language processing, and machine learning. And more importantly, why we're doing it is because we feel that we have a unique opportunity to create fun, personalized experiences for people where they spend most of their time, which is increasingly being these messaging platforms. The era of messaging is upon us. Mary Meeker from Kleiner Perkins put out a report last year on internet trends that says 6 of the top 10 most popular apps are messaging app platforms, like WeChat and WhatsApp and Facebook Messenger. And so we decided that if we're going to be in the messaging platform, if we're going to push to make these chatbots, we need to be in the space that has the best messaging platform, which is here in China, which has the most users. So in March of this year, we came out here, we were accepted into the China Accelerator program, and we brought our chatbot technology to WeChat. The first chatbot that we created was our teacher bot. We wanted to tackle the English language learning problem here in China. The problem is that there's 400 million people, and for most of them, learning English is expensive, or it's boring, or it's inconvenient. And so what we're doing is we're using TeacherBot to work with teachers one-on-one so that they can scale their time and they can work with students individually. The way that it works is that the teacher, which is me, works with the TeacherBot to work with the student directly. As I work with the student, I'm also training the TeacherBot so that in the future, if somebody asks the same question, or if the same student asks the same question, TeacherBot steps in and answers the student rather than me, the teacher. What this allows me to do is I can work with 1 student, and then 10 students, and then 100 students over time. So we tried this, we put it out in front of a bunch of people, and what did we learn from our TeacherBot experience? Well, we learned that user experience is the most important thing. Writing a good chatbot is not only requires really good engineering, but more importantly, it requires a really good user experience. So it's this blend of art and science. And so now our guiding mantra whenever we build a chatbot is, if I don't want to chat with a boring person, why would I ever want to chat with a boring chatbot? So we thought to ourselves, okay, let's just try a little experiment, and let's try and create a personality that's really big and that can really get people to chat with you. So we tested a bunch of things, and we thought about who we can use that has a really big personality, who we can use that always says something interesting, and more importantly, who can we use that says stuff that people always want to respond to. And we came up with this guy. Donald Trump is actually a really good chatbot persona. So what we set out to do with this little experiment is how can we get WeChat to make it feel like you're chatting with Donald Trump on one of his 3 a.m. Twitter rants. And what we did was we ended up creating our little Trump bot. And what our Trump bot does is uses a lot of the WeChat platform and uses all the different tools to deliver a chatbot experience where you feel like you're talking to Trump. Now DC is going to talk a little bit about the technology.
So we've built a back end that supports a lot of different ways of engaging people in the experience. WeChat on the client's platform will provide all of these things such as audio clips. We also support speech recognition, so you can actually chat directly to the bot. We have integrated things like these content cards that lead into H5, HTML5 social games that have score tables that come back into the bot. You can include custom menus so people can navigate, they can make choices, as well as actually relying on the natural language understanding. So it's a really, really rich palette of different media techniques that you can integrate into a chatbot. On the back end, we've got this multi-layered approach. So my background is game development and game programming. So we've used a lot of the techniques of game scripting to create these believable characters. So you interact with the characters and you have context, they have personality, they have lots of their own kind of decisions and feelings. If the character is not able to immediately understand, we have a machine learning layer. So the machine learning layer is looking at the conversations between the real people and our in-game or inexperienced chatbots. And so the system is learning and getting smarter all of the time. If there's a low confidence match on the machine learning output, we drop back to our real teachers or our real agents, and then they can interact and push more content back upstream, and then that trains the whole system to get more and more intelligent. So basically it's a multi-layered approach, but that's quite hard to use. So what we've also done is built a visual authoring tool, our chatbot builder, and that allows both our staff in-house through the web browser-based authoring tools to create the backbone of these chatbot systems that then link into the training engine, the machine learning engine, so that you get the best of both human creativity and the best that the data can provide. So that explains the chatbot experience, but WeChat is actually much bigger than just the chat component. And we've integrated all the different elements of WeChat, such as things like blog posts. So the content that people are writing within the chatbot gets extracted into little postings that help generate shares and help generate people coming into our bot. We can use things like the moments and the newsfeed. So if you finish a lesson, you'll get a certificate, which is your score that you can share on your moments feed that includes a QR code that drives people back into our bot. And of course, WeChat has payments built right in, and people are used to using payments for everything from buying a milk to actually paying for content. And so we've got all of these things integrated into a very, very rich ecosystem chatbot. So I'd like to just show a video about how one of these things acts. Could you guys roll a video?
Yeah, so I'm going to describe this. Basically, when you come in, you choose your teacher. In this instance, they're going to choose me, obviously, because I'm the teacher. You pay for your lesson using the kind of WeChat wallet, and then you kind of go through this scripted, onboarded lesson. This is largely right here using the actual chatbot. And so we can make these things that kind of mimic and blend when somebody's doing something, talking to a teacher, or when they're talking to when they're talking to the bot or the actual teacher. What we have here is the ability to use HTML5 games to do these social sharing games, to build your vocabulary. And we have these English certificates with QR codes so you can get that viral loop that's built into it. After you kind of go through this beginning and you talk to the teacher bot, you get this automated lesson. And this is kind of decision tree. This makes 1, 2, 3 choices, and it's kind of reading comprehension. After this part right here, you get to talk to the teacher one-on-one. And in the background, you see our dashboard where the teacher can talk directly to the student. And this is where the teacher trains the student and the bot. You'll see here that as the teacher writes the response, you should go to Alcatraz instead of you go Alcatraz. You click that little train button, and that teaches the teacher bot how to respond to that same thing in the future going forward. The other great thing about our chatbot is that it logs all sorts of quantitative and qualitative data. And so we can create these customized reports, we can create these tools, we can create these certificates that allow the student to follow how they're doing and keep going in the future. So we did this thing, we showed it in front of a bunch of people, and we had a lot of other companies that came to us and said, that's really cool, I want a bot too. And so we thought about this for a second and we said, well, should we consider it? Should we jump into this? And we ultimately came back to our chatbot builder and our chatbot platform. And what we decided was that there's a lot of things for that B2C English language product that we didn't quite feel comfortable really pushing out the scale. We weren't sure how to build the brand. There's a lot of other distribution that we had to figure out. In the meantime, we had companies Fortune 20 companies all the way down to startups that liked the technology and was willing to work with us and pay us so we could generate revenue to create bots for them. So we started working with some of these companies on a couple of different campaigns. The first one that we worked with is Visa. Basically, their problem was that they wanted to give greater accessibility to their card users. They wanted their people to be able to go overseas, use Visa cards, and feel that they really had a local friend. So what we did was we worked with local key opinion leaders or influence marketers, and we said, we're going to create these chatbot personas for them in each city. The idea behind this is that you talk to a person and you develop a friendship with them with this chatbot. And what that does is it really amplifies the power of the recommendations. It's one thing to read in a book, go to this restaurant. It's something completely different if your friend tells you, hey, go to this restaurant, order this dish, it's really good. So we've got Visa on one scale, big, huge company. The other companies that we're working with, there's a startup here called 247 Tickets. They're just around the corner, and they've got a lot of the same problems. Their problems from a customer support is that they have too many inbound requests. They don't know how to handle it all the time. They're constantly scrambling. But more importantly, they want to build more fun and engaging marketing campaigns. And they wanted to know more about their users as they were building these campaigns. And so what we did was we worked with them and we let them use our system, and they're building their own marketing campaigns. They're collecting their own data about their users. They're integrating it into their greater campaigns and marketing. If you want, you can scan this QR code. It's live. You can chat with the little bot that they built. We didn't build it for them. They built it, and you can enter a competition to win tickets for Wicked. Lastly, this is Slush, so we got to talk money. We've raised $200,000 already. Our round is being led by SOSV and 500 startups in San Francisco. We've also received funding from the OMD Innovation Fund. They're a 4A agency here as well that are helping us to beat a lot more of these other big brands and big agencies. So we're looking to raise $500,000. If you want to come and talk to us, you can scan our QR code. We've got a bot and somebody from our team standing by. You can chat with them, find out a little bit more about what we do. Otherwise, you can come and you can talk to DC, or you can talk to me, Edaan, afterwards. We'd love to talk to investors or other people who are looking or have interesting ways to use chatbots. Thank you.